Hello, dear students, and I'm here with the geography part of social science, that is, Chapter 2, Land, Soil, and Water Resources, Part 1. So, let's have a look what we are going to learn in this chapter: land resource, distribution of land resource, land use, classification of land, changing pattern of land use, land degradation, major causes of land degradation, impact of land degradation, land conservation, and how can we measure land conserve land, that is measures of land conservation. Now our first topic is land resource. So students, in this chapter we will read about the three major natural resources, that is land, soil, and water, from which we get ample amount of things in life. Land, water, and soil are the natural resources that provides earth, or we can say that we depend on them very much for our survival. So, if we will talk about the land resource, so land is the most important of all natural resources, because whenever we learn about this, that why our earth is a unique planet, we always consider land also in it. We learn about major sphere of the earth, that is lithosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere. So in that, lithosphere plays an important role, that is only the land. Earth is suitable for the survival of human, animal, or any life form because there is availability of land. So land is the most important of all natural resources. Now why land is most important? Because it serves as the source of all other resources. All of us are knowing that we survive on land. Not only we, animal, plant, forest, land animals, the animals that are living below the surface of the earth or above the surface of the earth, water bodies, forest, mining activities, everything, minerals, everything just survive on this earth surface, that is land only. So land plays an important role, or an important land is a very important natural resource. Now we always say that earth is also called a blue planet. We consider earth as a blue planet because it is having 70% of water bodies. Now out of 100%, if 70% are the water bodies, now only 30% is left. So this 30% comprises the land area on the earth's surface. Now students, all of us are knowing that these natural resources are not equally distributed to all around the world, yeah, over the earth's surface. So, land, if we will talk about land only, so 30% of the land is available on the earth's surface. So now the total land on the earth's surface, that is 30%. Out of this 30% also, only one third part, that means only 10% is suitable for our survival, or we can say that for the human survival or suitable for living, because the variety of land is also differ on the surface of the earth. Somewhere it is plain, somewhere it is mountainous, somewhere there are water bodies, oceans. So it is not necessary that plain plateaus, it is not necessary that every condition, yeah, the condition of the land everywhere is suitable for the survival of human or any land, any life form. So this only we are going to learn, that land resources are very limited on the earth's surface, very limited, and out of that limited also, very less amount of land is suitable for our survival. So in this chapter we are going to learn about that only, land as an important resource, and much more things about land resources. So what is land resource? Land, all of us are knowing that what is land. Land is the upper surface of the crust of the earth. So land is among the most important natural resource. Remember this thing, that 30% of the total surface area of the uh, earth is land. Now out of 30% also, only one third is suitable for the survival or is suitable for the habitation. Now, why land is important for us? Because on land only we get every other resources. Land is only the source of every other resource to us. Now, distribution of land only we were discussing. Distribution of land is unevenly distributed. And since land is available everywhere, but the condition of land is uneven. That means I have already explained that land of every place is not suitable for our survival. The places that are suitable for our survival, their population is very high. All of us are knowing that where we get positive conditions for our survival, there only we live. So before, suppose that before purchasing a piece of land also, before purchasing a piece of land for building our houses, for that also we usually check the locality, that where we are going to purchase the land, how is the area. So like that only people like to live to that places only that is convenient for them for their survival. So the climatic conditions should also be like, take an example of mountain and plain areas. Mount, the population of mountain area is sparsely populated. That means their population is very less, and plain areas, or we can talk about the river valleys, are densely populated because these river valleys or plain areas provide suitable conditions for the human survival in comparison to the mountain regions. So this is only distribution of land. Where there is positive condition for human survival, there the population will be high. The uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to the varied characteristic of land. The characteristic of land is also different at different places. The rugged topography, steep slopes of the mountains, low-lying areas susceptible of waterlogging, desert areas, thick forested areas are normally sparsely populated or uninhabited. These are the places, the mountains, the steep valleys, the forest areas, the ocean areas, the desert areas. All these areas are sparsely populated because the living conditions are not suitable here. In comparison to that, the plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture and provide better living conditions. Hence, these are densely populated. So, through this, we come to know about the distribution of land, that how the land is distributed. Generally, we humans tend to live in areas with moderate climate, fertile soil, and level land. Level land means where the land is plain. So normally people used to settle, or if we will see the settlement or the human settlement all over the world, so we will come to know this only, that the mountainous or the region that is not reachable or the remote areas are uninhabited in comparison to the river valleys or the plain areas. Now next, land use. So, what is the meaning of the word land use? The meaning of the word land use means how you are using the land. Land use is the function of the land, how you are using the land for living purposes, for forest, for gardening, for agriculture, for making industries. So, this is only land use is the function of land, what it is used for. It refers to the economic use of land. Generally, land is used for the purpose of agriculture. You can see here how can you use the land for forest areas, for industries, for recreation. Some land are also left for the tourism, for farming, for water storage. Some are conserving water bodies also. The land is used for the purpose of agriculture, settlements. Some part of land is also utilized by us for our settlements and other urban developments like for roads, industries, airports, railway stations. So all these comes under this. Land use depends on various physical and human factors such as, now how can we use land? So it also depend on certain factors, that is physical factors. First of all, where their population is high. Suppose that if we will talk about the plain area, here constructing the railways is also easy, here roads construction is also easy. Mostly population try to reside here only, means the population is also very high. If the people are living, that means their industries will also be high, other building construction will also be high. So these are the places where water is available, where soil is available in plenty, where minerals are available. So there, that land will be used more. And human factor also, technology also plays important role. Suppose that if we will talk about the mining sites, so mining sites, if we are knowing that minerals are available at that place, so if technologies will be developed, so that place can be used for mineral extraction or as a mining sites. But if technology is not there, then we will not be able to use that particular land for mining purposes. So how can we use the land? It depend on physical factors. It depend on various physical factors like availability of water, soil, minerals, availability of basic features, we can say climate also, and human factor like technology, government policies also. Government also plays important role, like for the use of land, for making gardens, for making monuments, like that also government use the land. Now next we will see what are the factors. Here are the factors you can learn from here. What are the physical factors? Topography, that means how is the land, it is mountainous, it is plateau, it is plain, it is desert. Soil, how is the soil, like where the soil is very fertile, that like alluvial soil. So mostly grains or crops are produced in North India because alluvial soil is present there. So according to the soil also we use the land for cropping. Climate, water, distribution of rock and minerals. Economic and human factors, population distribution, development in technology, land tenure. That means land tenure means how much time the land can work, like for the crop production also. Government policies. Now here land uses are given. I have already shown you this. Land cover. What is the meaning of land cover? Land use, how we are using the land. And land cover is the physical elements that covers the land. Land use, that this land I am using for forest purpose, this land I am using for cropping purpose, this land I am using for human settlement purpose. What is land cover? That from how, from which thing the land is covered, that like forest is there, like vegetation, buildings or water are included in it. How is the land covered? Land use varies from one part of the world to the other part of the world to the other, and also within a smaller area. So land part different from place to place. Land use different from place to place. Just take an example of 1 kilometer only. You will see that that land is only used by different people in different way. Some used to build their houses, some used to build housing complexes, some used to build shops, some used it for agriculture, some used for building industries. So land can be used for different purposes. So if we will look upon the how is the land used all over the world, so we will see that 11% of the earth's surface is covered for cultivation. Means on the 11% of earth's surface, cultivation, that means agriculture is going on. Forest covers the another 28% land. Forest cover 28% land. Urban areas, where urban areas means the city areas, cover about 5% of the land. Rest of the land has been used for economic purposes such as building, park and gardens. That means that is for everyone. Now classification of land. Now according to the use of land, land is also been classified on the basis of ownership. Land is has been classified on the basis of ownership. Now what is ownership? That who own that land? Who is having the means we can say that whose land is that. So it is two types, private land and community land. Now what is private land? The land that is owned and used by an individual or group of person for personal use is called private land. Like the home where you are living, the house where you are living, that is your private land, that is owned by one person, by an individual, your father or someone, those who belong to your family. So that is owned by an individual, that is private land. Means the land that is owned by an individual and is used for personal purposes, that is private land. And the land that is owned by community, that is for the use of whole community, like park, road, all these things comes under the, all these places comes under the community land. So private land that is owned by an individual, community land that is owned by the whole community, like park, road, forest, etc. That is known as community land, or also we can say that community common property resources. That means it is common for everyone. Changing pattern of land use. All of us are knowing that the population on the earth is increasing day by day. The population is increasing day by day. Population increase day by day, then no two land places have the same quality, and all of us are knowing that no two places is having the same quality of land. And with the hunger of acquiring land, we people started encroaching common land to build up commercial areas, housing. We cut down the forest for agricultural purposes also. So, if we will see that changing pattern of land use means the population is increasing day by day with a high rate, speed is very high, and land is limited on the earth's surface. Land is not increasing on the earth's surface, but our demand is increasing. We need more land for our survival. That means we need more land for building our houses, for establishing our industries, for establishing different building structures, for agriculture also. So in urban areas, basically land is used for building commercial areas, and in the village areas land is used for agricultural purposes. Forests are being cut down for agriculture. In city areas, land is consumed for commercial purposes, for building housing complexes. Commercial purposes means for opening shops and all, malls and all. So the quality of land is also differ from place to place. People started in crossing the common lands to build up commercial areas, building complexes in the urban areas, and to expand the agricultural land in the rural areas. Today, the vast change in the land use pattern also reflect the cultural and environmental changes. Due to our uses only, the things are changing day by day. The environment is also changing by our encroachment of the land. It influences the basic resources of land use, including the soil. Our encroachment also influencing the other resources. Poor land management has degraded vast amounts of land, reduced our ability to produce enough food, and is a major threat to rural livelihood in many developing countries. We are what we are doing, we are encroaching, we are covering whole land for our benefits. So the land is suppose that I have built my house on some part of land, but that land is good for the cultivation. What I did, now there is no land left for the cultivation of crops. So like this only we are encroaching whole land areas. Now what is land degradation? That causes land degradation. Land degradation is a process in which the value of the biophysical environment is affected by a combination of human induced processes acting upon the land. We people are changing. We people are changing the land. That means land is degrading. Degrading means the quality of land is reducing. Now the land degradation means, look here, loss of natural fertility of soil. Soil is losing its fertility, loss of nutrients in the soil, less vegetation cover. Now we are, since we are cutting the forest for building our houses and industries or other building structures, so less vegetation cover is also change in characteristic of soil. Soil is also changing. So some important reasons for land degradation include now why the land is degrading, why the quality of land is reducing day by day due to increase in population, means population is increasing at a great pace. Deforestation, soil is eroding, overgrazing by animals, single cropping, and expansion of cities and salinization. So, if someone asks you what is land degradation, that means is a process in which the value of biophysical environment, that means in which the value of the environment, the land, if you'll take an example of land, So land is affected by a combination of human induced processes. Now the land is being affected by the activities that we humans are performing. Now, the major causes of land degradation, why the land is degrading. So first of all, deforestation is there. Deforestation is taking place at faster rate due to increasing demand of timber, fuel and forest, and for living settlements also, which result in degradation of land resources. All of us are knowing that trees bind the soil with them. The roots of the trees bind the soil with them and protect the soil from the soil erosion. So that is only deforestation. The trees are being cut down at a very faster rate for fulfilling our needs. So that is also creating degradation of land resources. Next is overgrazing of the animals. Refers, what is overgrazing? It refers to excessive eating of grasses and other green plants by cattle or by animals. Plants or animals are excessive grazing. That means plants and animals are also there. They are grazing the land or the green plants or the grasses. That is also, if you will, if the plants and green grasses will be consumed by the animals in great amount, then also soil will be freed. So it result into reduced growth of vegetation, diversity of plant species, excessive growth of unwanted plant species. So that is only the plant that we want. Overgrazing of animals, the animals those who are overgrazing, that is causing the loss of species also. Now plant species are also losing, they are also excessive growth of unwanted plant species. Now soil erosion also happened due to that, and land degradation of land due to cattle movement also. Now agricultural purposes, agricultural practices. The modern agricultural practices excessive use. Now nowadays what is going on? For the agricultural purposes, for growing more and more crops, we are using fertilizers and pesticides that is adversely degrading the natural quality and fertility of the land. Use of excessive fertilizers and pesticides is degrading the quality of the soil. The soil is losing its fertility due to the use of excessive fertilizers. So that is why the land degradation causes. Industrialization also. So first of all, many industries are being opened at a place. So development of industries for the economic growth of the country leads to excessive deforestation. We are knowing that industries cannot be established in populated areas. So for that people has to move to the remote areas. So for that they are cutting the trees. This causes deforestation and utilization of land in such a way that it has lost its natural gradation quality, and they are using the land like some industries dump solid waste which contain harmful chemicals. They just dump that solid waste like that only on the land. Due to that only those chemicals, the quality and the fertility, the nutrients of the soil destroys. Urbanization, that means increasing of city areas, increasing growth of population and demand for more residential areas. Population is increasing. If you will take an example of your locality of this Padri Bazaar only, so earlier before 10 to 12 years ago, the population of this place is not like this. Land is all over. If you will see, you will get the land only, land areas only. Now it is totally covered with the houses. So increasing growth of population and demand for more residential areas and commercial sectors. You are also seeing that lots of shops and complexes are being opened here now. Sectors is also one of the reasons for land degradation. Now, effects of land degradation. What will happen by the land degradation? Surface runoff and flood. All of us are knowing that if land will degrade, forest being cut down, then what will happen? The surface, the soil will be runoff that causes soil erosion. And desertification means if the soil will lose its fertility, then that land will become barren. That is only known as desertification. Desertification means is a process in which the land loses its fertility and is no more able to grow crops. That is only known as desertification. Loss of nutrients and land productivity, the soil will lose its nutrients and now no more it will be fertile. Soil acidification, the soil will become acidification by the mixing of the chemicals of the industries. Soil salinity, that means it will become saline. Salt, presence of salt will increase in the soil. Loss of biodiversity, if land will be degraded, plant and animals will also be slowly they will also be extinct. Long term socio-economic impact on human like migration, if one place is desertified or if one place loses its fertility, then it is obvious that people will move from that place to another place. So that is only known as migration. If the land will be degraded at one place, then the people will started moving to another places. That is only known as migration, moving of people from one place to another. Land conservation, so all of us are knowing the word conservation. To conserve means to save. So land conservation is the process of protecting natural land and returning developed land to its natural state. Now it is the high time that we have to conserve our land resources also, otherwise it will impact very badly on us only. How can we conserve land? Some measures are given. Soil erosion can be prevented by ending deforestation. We have to protect or conserve forest. We have to plant more trees. Controlling grazing, animal grazing can be controlled. Encouraging afforestation, that means encouraging to grow more and more trees for increasing forest. And practicing terrace farming in hilly areas. Now we have to also use the those lands by technologies that are not being used by humans. Preparation of shelter belt. Shelter belt means one area is covered with inline only, it is covered with trees, so that soil erosion can be prevented. I will explain you further in soil erosion. Preparation of shelter beds of plant and stabilizing of sand dunes by growing thorny bushes. Sand dunes, we are knowing that movement of sand in desert area due to strong winds from one place to another. So that sand dunes can also be prevented by growing thorny bushes in the desert. Mining activities should be controlled. New technology which reduce wastage can be adopted. Now for mining also new technology should be adopted so that land should not be waste. Industrial waste should be chemically treated to remove the harmful substances before dumping the industrial waste into the land. We have to first chemically treat it so that for removing its harmful substances. Urban waste should be used for the production of biogas and biomanure. Whatever waste is that is our house waste. The garbage of our house can be used for as a biogas and biomanures, so that it cannot harm any land area. Over irrigation should be stopped and new methods of irrigation should be followed. Over irrigation should not be followed. We have to apply different methods. Over irrigation, if we will irrigate a land more, it will also lose soil. So we have to follow different purposes like drip irrigation and all for the conservation of soil. Now, here I am providing you some understanding based questions. So after watching the video and after reading your book up to land conservation, just go through these questions and write it in your assignment or in your SST additional copy. So the questions are: what is community land and private land? Suggest any 5 ways of land conservation. What does land degradation means? Define desertification, deforestation and landslides. Landslide means breaking up of land. Landslide, have you seen how the land slides from one place to another? Land just slides, that is break up of the land from that place. Now I think this part is over. This chapter is divided into three parts. So in next part I will explain you the soil resource, and in the third part I will explain you water resources. Please do all these questions in your SST additional copy, and watch the video properly, and just makes your note in additional copy. Try to fill the book exercises also. We will provide you the question answers as soon as possible.